So, have I done any work since last episode? On the SMP? No, I haven't done anything on the server. I've done a bit of work off the server, doing various things, which you might see at some point soon, but not yet. But, no, I haven't done any more work. Meaning, well, we're starting from where we left off, pretty much. There's been a couple of changes on the server. I've heard there's a job board over at spawn, and I do need to really harvest all of these because I need it for my roof. I really do need it for my roofs because, well, Netherwart's a bit of a pain to farm, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. And, yeah, so we've got a bit of stuff over to do the shopping district and a couple of other things. I was going to work on my project at the back of my shop. I'm gonna probably put that off till next episode because that's gonna be a bit. I've started on it. I've started on planning it, but it's gonna take a little bit longer for me to actually design it and then collect the resources for it. Keep forgetting to do that. So yeah, so we're not going to do that today, even though that is what I wanted to do today, but we're not going to. Why is Bean's dog here? What are you doing here, dog? What are you doing here, doggo? Why? Why, doggo? When, doggo? Me no. But we'll deal with that later. Chest. Where is my? There it is. I'm just gonna stick those in there. Right. So the plan for today is, I'm not gonna be working on the project over the shop. So I'm gonna be working on the guest house. So I'm gonna be working on this section of the guest house because, like I said last episode, I'm gonna finish that in between episodes, just fill in the roof. It's not that difficult. So I'm gonna figure out this area here basically because we've got, I mean, it's been like this for a good couple of months now, and I need to get this looking relatively nice because at the moment it doesn't. I might also build a scattering of trees because I do have one custom tree schematic at the moment. I'm going to make a couple more, but at least for now I just have the one. So what I might do to begin with is build a couple of those around, which is going to mean I'm going to have to take out these trees here, these trees here, these trees here, as well as the bamboo. I don't think there are any more trees on this little bit of the island. I think they're all up there. And there's still a shulker box up there for some reason. Why is there a shulker box up there? Oh, right, I was working on the sheep stuff. That, yes, the sheep and the scolded eyes. Okay. Yeah, so I got a little sheep farm here going for wool and stuff because I need wool for my shop. I also got to say, because it happened in between episodes, I did do a little bit in between episodes. I clicked the wrong button there. I got a custom order from Bean, which might actually explain why the dog's here, because she might have been overlooking for something. But I got a custom banner order, and I've got two of those now. I've got one for Bean, which has already been completed, and then I've got another one which I'm going to do for Kiki, which will be done later, because I'll do those in between episodes. They're not really that important for me to be showing me collecting all the resources and stuff. Just know I have got a couple of orders, and I'm actually thinking let's go and see if I've been paid for that, because I should have been. Where is mine? I have yet to be paid. What does it say? Sevil's horse. So there's not a horse here. If I look over at... Where's Beans? Where is Beans? There. Oh, this is kind of bad form, but... Okay, so she hasn't actually gotten into... Like, she hasn't actually taken the banners yet. So... There we go. That's why I haven't been paid yet. So we've got a load of different Vanian heads. So we've got James, Dadman, we've got Mossy, and Pixels. And I do want to do one myself, but I don't have all of these materials. Job board. Need something done and don't want to do it yourself? Bored and want something to do? Come check out the job board over at Spawn today. I think Dadman made this, if I remember correctly, and it is a very cool little building to add to Spawn. I like the sign particularly. And it seems... I don't think there are any jobs that have been posted yet. Because I think that if I just put like the torch in there, yeah. So if there's like the payment in the barrel, then it'll light up, and none of these are lit up. So I'm guessing that there's no jobs posted on the job board yet. There's a grass in the way. So we'll have to wait and see, and we'll come and check this later on probably. But at least for now, it's empty. I don't think anything else here has changed at Spawn. Oh. As I say that, I look over and I just see I think this is the concrete machine, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the concrete machine. So we have a concrete machine now, which is pretty good. Concrete goes in. So yeah, will I be using this? I don't know, to be honest. I don't really use concrete in my builds. So we shall have to wait and see, but at least for now, I don't think we're gonna need the concrete. Probably is just to do a quick, probably not a time lapse, because the time lapse might just be too much. But basically, I just have to clear out all these trees, so I can then get down to like putting down the schematics. So I've cleared out the space. I've added a little bit of bamboo around here, but as you can see behind me, the little nether portal. I figured out how Show Me Your Skin works, so now you can see my skin all the time instead of me being in armor and stuff. I've kept the wings on, but that's fine. And now I have the schematic in place for this tree, which I did make. I made this tree myself. I did have a reference image, but I tried not to copy that as much as possible. I did forget how to use Light Massacre, and I've still forgotten how to use Light Massacre, so I will have to remind myself when I do other schematics. But at least for now, we'll put this one here, which requires, let's see here, we can ignore the grass blocks, so we can ignore that. We need 90 cherry leaves, so about 1.5 stacks. 18 pink wool, 10 dark oak frames, dirt, again we can ignore that one, oak logs. It's not loads, but it's enough. And so let's go and see if we have all the materials, which I think we should. If I go into cherry, we have, I think we need more than that, don't we, for the cherry leaves? Cherry leaves, oh, ignore the dirt. Cherry leaves is 64 plus 26, so I was just off there. 26. That's my sign stuff. Go on that. You go in there, and you can go in there. We'll need dark oak, which we should have some in here. Dark oak. Stripped dark oak. Obviously, I did just cut down a load of dark oak, so I should be fine. Dark oak. I think we have some spruce as well in there, did we? No, no spruce. Okay. So the spruce can go away. We just need dark oak, which there isn't any more in there. And then we need terracotta, which I put in this chest here. We only need 10 terracotta. Like so. So we have 10 pink glazed terracotta, and then we need pink wool. Do I have any pink wool? I have 3, I think. Do I have any more? I do. How much pink wool did I need? I needed 18. Am I just out of... I think I might not have quite enough, so I'm gonna have to dye some non-pink wool. Let's dye some of this grey wool, actually. We'll dye some of the blue wool, because I've got that. Get how you dye wool. There we go. There, that's enough. So note to self, get more pink wool. And then, what else do we need? 10 dark oak fences. Currently only got 3 of them. I need dark oak logs, dark oak stairs. Oh, dark oak stairs I've got. Dark oak slabs I've got. So I need 3 dark oak logs, 9 stripped dark oak, and then we need some buttons. So let's grab those real quick. And there we have it. The first custom cherry tree in the Akabeni place. I'm a bit tired, sorry. Yeah, so the first cherry tree has been built, and I will be building a couple more around. I might freehand a few, just like I'll probably grab some more pink wool, and then I might freehand a couple just dotted around. But we've got one. I have the schematic one here, obviously. So we've got one here which is like sitting just next to what will be the guest house. And then I'm thinking, actually, let's find a better block, and we can plot out where we want some of these trees. So I want one here, one pretty large one, kind of branching out. Maybe a small one here. Just a small one, just like a small, like a sapling kind of thing, just growing. I want a relatively large one here. Let's do this actually. So that one's a small one, and then we'll do that one as a medium one, and then we'll have that one over there as a large one, which is kind of sitting here. I want one out here in the back, kind of sitting here, which I think might be another large one. And, you know, kind of fluffing out and like sitting over the balcony and stuff. And then I also want one down here. This one I think will be a medium one. And then I want a couple of small ones, maybe this over here this way. So maybe one kind of coming up like that. And then one on the edge here. And then maybe on this corner we'll have a smaller one next to another small one. I think that probably is a good layout for the trees. But obviously I can't do that right now because I need more pink wool. So we'll do that later. We'll do that later. For now, you know what, actually, I've got a better idea. I will go collect the wool, and then we can start building the trees, and we will do the guest house. Can you kind of tell that I'm slightly putting off the guest house? I'm trying to postpone it as long as possible. I'm really trying to... I'm procrastinating here. I do need to clean up anyway, because this is this is not terrible. Like, this isn't this is a little bit of an eyesore, but it's not as much of an eyesore as just like this empty plot of land. Like, I can deal with this. I can deal with an empty plot of land. I'm slightly annoyed at nothing being built here, and I should go sleep because that's a creeper. Well, I've just come onto the shopping district to come and grab some, well, to see if the wall shop's stocked, and I think there's been quite a few changes over here. As you can see, we've got like an entrance. That's pretty nice. I don't think there's been any actual changes to the shopping district itself. I mean, it's my shop, but other than that, I don't think there's been anything changed. But shall we go and see if I have made any sales? Let's have a look-see, shall we? We got signs. No, no, no. No sales of regular signs. Is there any sales of hanging signs? No. So no sales of the signs, but I've made a couple of sales of custom signs, so custom banners, sorry. So we're good. Anywho, let's see if it has been restocked. Good for me. I'm going to grab, with the last 4 diamonds to my name, I'm going to grab probably 3 stacks. Last diamond. It's not where I wanted to put it. I want to put it in that one. So I am now proper skint. I'm broke. I need more money. I realized I wouldn't have enough leaves to build this large tree that I'm building, because I'm thinking I'm going to do this one first, the one in front of my house. I feel like I should probably extend this pathway here out to the path, but I feel like that path maybe not. I feel like that is more of like the garden area. I might put like a really short wall here and have this part as like the garden. It's like a big garden area, and have this as the main entrance to the house. But that's kind of later red territory. That's more stuff I'll do later. I also need to figure out what I'm even going to do for the wall. So we'll have the wall coming across here somewhere, and then coming up to maybe here with a couple of posts. I don't think it'll continue on, but I might just wall this bit off and then have like a big garden with a tree. And then that way it makes a little bit more sense having 2 entrances, but we need to figure out this first. So luckily, as you can see, I've gathered quite a lot of leaves. But luckily, I chopped down a load of dark oak trees, because dark oak is what we use to make these, and we're going to try and get it in the same style as this tree here, which means have some roots. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that, and then you might, why does it keep placing like that? You might do something like something like that maybe, and then kind of come down. I think that's a good base. I'm just going to time-lapse this because I'm quite frankly just too lazy to talk through it all, and I'd like to try and focus on building it. So I'm going to time-lapse it, and it's going to be the first proper time-lapse of the episode. So on that note, cue the time-lapse. I built it. Tree number 2 is done. And I'm very happy with it. I like the little area down the bottom that I've built, and I like the tree itself. It's a little bit smaller than I was going for, but it'll be fine because I'll be putting a couple more. I'll probably put a smaller one here. I don't have the thing on me, but if I grab... I put everything away just quickly. If I grab that there. I'm thinking I might put a slightly smaller one here. So you have like the trio of cherry trees. But yeah, it's a nice little cherry tree. I might... that gap looks a little weird, but that's fine. It's a nice little cherry tree. And it like sits over here. And then it's like all of the cherry blossoms are coming down. It's a nice little area. And it's kind of... The way that I've done this, it's like a little bit of like kind of like guides what... I might put a path in here, to be honest. Coming down here, I might get rid of that bit, make it like a little bit of a path coming down into like a little garden area, like I said I was gonna do. I was gonna add the garden anyway, but yeah, at least for now, this is what it's gonna be like, and it's good. I like it. It's great. And so I think I'm just gonna rush through. Why aren't you? Oh, you can't grow. That makes sense. You can't grow if there's a sign above you. There you go, little guy. I might just rush through doing the other ones and just get them done, and then just like show you what they're like afterwards. Or I might just do like a really, really quick time lapse, like ultra quick time lapse, of me just putting in maybe just these two. I might not do the rest of them today. I might just do these two, and then we'll work on maybe doing this, like some of the, maybe do the wall. That's an idea. We might just do that. We might just do this bit and then do the wall, and then we can obviously, it's like tidying the place up a bit. Can you tell that I'm kind of trying to postpone doing the guest house as long as possible? Like, sure, I could do it now, but I'm not gonna. If I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I really do need to figure out the guest house properly. That's why I'm postponing it, because I have a vision, but I haven't probably properly worked it out yet. So that's the main reason why I'm putting that off. But I think I'll do these two trees now, and then we'll go from there. And then I'll put the wall in, I think. The only thing I have just realized is the wall is gonna reach up to like here, but does it then connect onto this maybe? Or does it just stop? That's a future red problem. That's not for me to work out right now. For now, it's time to build 2 more trees. Cue the super quick time lapse. So we've got quite a bit done. As you saw in the time lapse, I've added a wall. I thought that it just kind of fit, and originally I was going to bring it all the way up to here, but then I realized that was a stupid decision. So instead it runs along this side, and then it will eventually probably run down here. I'm gonna have to move. Actually, let me do that now. This tree is going to be moved there, and then it will grow up and probably over the wall, and the wall will come down and then probably sit here in the water. There's like a little bit of like a gap stop basically. And this is just basically going to be my little home bit. So also lit up the area a little bit. I know I already have the jack-o'-lanterns underneath the carpets, but you know, the extra lights don't hurt. Can't speak. They don't hurt. And I haven't done anything on this side yet. I've built the trees, as you saw in the time lapse, and I'm quite happy with these. These look really good, and they're all different. This one's obviously the tallest and slightly bigger. I might bush it out a little bit more on this side, but I'm happy with it for now. And then these two are slightly smaller ones, which just kind of sit here. And they're right next to it, and they look good. And then I've got obviously the wall, and I've started finishing off the roof, but as is always the case whenever I start, oh, I can't fly. As is always the case when I start using nether bricks, I'm out of nether wart yet again. This farm is just too small, and I can't be bothered to go and get more soul sand at the moment. So I'm gonna have to put this off for yet another episode. It will be done eventually. Will it take another 2 episodes? Maybe. Will I try my best to fix it and, you know, and sort it out and get it done? We'll have to wait and see. But hopefully it shouldn't be too much longer and this roof will be finished. I feel kind of bad that I haven't done it yet, but again, I can't finish it if I don't have the materials. So I'll make sure to keep farming that and gathering as much as I can. I might just keep farming it until I get like a full shulker box and then just like leave it for a while, because that's not where it's going to be sitting. It's going to be moved because that's the guest area of the guest house. So it will eventually be moved. Where, I have no idea. I might put it underground, under in the mining section with basement sheep, who I just realized we haven't said hello to today. Hello, basement sheep. Goodbye, basement sheep. I promise you, basement sheep will get a proper house soon. You'll get a proper basement. I'm still working on it. I have a lot of work in progresses. I think you can kind of tell that. But yes, so we've got... I'm quite happy with how it integrates into the path as well. It's like a little bit of green. And obviously this area still needs work. I still need to add in the proper platforms and all that stuff. Or I just realized how deep that is. Didn't realize how deep this water was. I'll have to fix that. I'll have to add in a proper ground, maybe up that level there. Again, that's future stuff. But yes, so we've got a few trees in now. That was the main thing I wanted to do today. I wanted to add some of the trees because if I fly up, as you fly past, the trees just add so... Why am I lagging? The trees just add so much to the kind of breaking up the red, because there's quite a lot of red in Akabeni. Wow, what a shocker. The place named after a color, like a shade of red. has a lot of red in it. But the point being is there is obviously quite a bit of red. And it's a pretty dark red as well. So having the pink, just like, it's still red toned, but it breaks it up a little bit. And I will be adding in the proper guest house, I'll be adding some of the blue terracotta that I used in my shop. I'll have to ask Mossy where he got the terracotta from, because I'm gonna have to go mine a load of it. But we'll be using some blue terracotta, which will break up the red even more. And again, it's more greenery, isn't it? We need more plants. And I was hoping to add like these pots on the wall, but unfortunately the pot's 3 tall and these are not. So I can't add the pots, unfortunately. I might just add some flowers along the bottom here. I might add some blue ones. Are there any big blue flowers? Like, what flowers are there? There are not any tall flowers, unfortunately, that are blue. Oh no, these aren't the tall flowers. Where are the tall flowers? That's actually a really quick here. We've got pink and red and yellow. So we'll add some red flowers and some blue flowers, methinks, and I'll do that later. Put another pin in that. Like, if I forget, just scream at me in the comments that I forgot to add the flowers. Like, if I end next episode without any flowers being on this wall, scream at me in the comments, please remind me. But yes, so we've got that's the plan, and I think I've done quite a lot, to be honest. So I think I'm gonna end this episode here, because I've got some work. I've got quite a bit of stuff to collect to get this looking a little bit better. But it looks better. It looks much better than it did. It looks much better than it did when we started. Celebratory cake. Yum. Yeah, it looks much better than it did, and that's the main thing. Is that the entrance to Akabeni is coming together quite nicely. It's still a ways off. I still have an entire house to build and quite a lot of decorating to do. You know, all that's just grass. But it's coming together. So I'm going to end off here, and as always, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye-bye!